this an invader here? I don't know if I recognize.
This is
Fawn,
okay.
isn't it?
Fawn, yeah, the New York City, I believe it is, Duck Hunt.
Awesome, awesome, very cool. So this should be a good one. So I actually played this matchup quite a bit when this game first came out.
Yeah.
And the way that I would describe it is like, in theory, Duck Hunt should like never get hit.
Yep.
But that's theory that we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
good luck.
And then I get hit by a forward smash at 60, and then everybody calls me bad, and I'm sad. All right. I used to play Duck Hunt, in case you couldn't tell. So.
Yeah, now Fawn is also such a talented player. He's one of those folks that I have been keeping an eye on for the tri-state rankings, been rising up very quickly, so I cannot wait to see what this player's got in store. A bit of, like, I don't know about this matchup here, Jackie, I'm going to have to rely on you because Duck Hunt, Ridley, not necessarily two common characters.
Oh, yeah, and so it's basically the projectile spam is really strong in this matchup because Ridley's so big, right? I mean, I know that's not, like, groundbreaking or anything, not by any means, but, like, it just can make it really hard for Ridley to even combo because a lot of the stuff, like, especially if Duck Hunt gets a percent lead, which is a big deal that Smub has a percent lead right now, it can just be like, all right, I'm going to can out of this. You don't get any combos ever. And this is the other thing. They nerfed that move, but it does not matter against big bodies.
Oh, yeah, exactly. As a K-roll player, yeah, I feel that. Yep. Right there, the Smub is dealing with. Good God.
Oh, good up air choice, yeah. That's the other thing is with some of these clay pigeon follow-ups that you're seeing Fawn get, yeah, they really just basically get to choose whatever they want.
But look at that nair into the coverage.
Yeah.
That is so messed up right there. The hitboxes are so big that it knocks away can with ease.
Yep, and so that's the other thing that Smub is going to have to be really careful about is with the way you can move the can and get it coming back to stage, you can basically force Ridley to hit it on the way up. So, but a solid 44, that extra credit is significant in this matchup, I would say.
Gunman forcing shield right there, but able to get the nair out, and look at that forward tilt knocking away the can, but it doesn't
combo
matter.
breaker clay pigeon, that is a frame one option just like the can.
Just like the can, just like the grenade, it's just such a good get off me tool as well as a combo tool. Look at that.
Yeah, and this is what Duck Hunt wants you to get scared on landing, and then you just get hit by so many things. Great master from Fawn though.
It just feels like this clay pigeon is eating Smub alive. Smub wants to go ahead and get these rising nairs, and then even retreat with them too to claim some space. But every single time these projectiles are playing havoc with his attempts to move forward even an inch.
Love the dash forward tilt there from Fawn. That is an often forgotten move in Duck Hunt's kit, but that got extremely buffed from Smash 4. So really good corner pressure tool. Oh, that's rare. Ridley's nair is actually disjointed enough that he avoided the can explosion. That's wild. But the lead for Fawn here, despite the great early start from Smub, yeah, and this early percent stuff, it's like every defensive option just feels so bad.
Ah, this is a difficult. Oh my God, you low profile the up smash.
Oh, okay. That's some stuff. That happened.
That is so terrifying. The Smub loves that move. He uses that as the clear.
But Smub high-profiled the clay pigeon with the jump from the up smash. So, like...
A little bit from each character.
Yeah.
Jank met with Jank, I think. Oh, did he miss base that forward tilt? That's stunning. I've never seen Smub miss those.
Well, the other thing that's awkward is that Duck Hunt does have a lot of like low-profile hurtbox shifting, and so this is one where it might matter for Ridley to angle that down. Oh wow! Actually managed to get the hit on the gunman. That was the fast one. The brown coat is the fast one.
And I think that's such a good tool too to be able to just get rid of those at mid-distance.
Yep.
So now Fawn, the can is out, so I'm not necessarily going to be able to use that as a combo breaker. I feel like whenever you can get in between Duck Hunt and his can, the matchup gets a lot easier.
Oh yeah, definitely. The other thing is like that I want to see more people do in this matchup is when you hit the can, you can change the polarity, like the way that it pings, right? And that can really shut down a lot of the traps that Duck Hunt wants to set. So
we are at the
great
point
tech, great tech.
That
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Though, so an awkward angle. Ridley's up B very limited in the angles that it can choose. So if you're down that low, you basically just have to go straight up. And
there's only 4 angles you can take, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like 2 bad diagonals, up and down.
Yeah. And so you really need to make use out of your jumps there. And in that spot, the geometry on Pokemon Stadium 2. Basically, what I would describe it as just weird.
That's
a little messed up.
Very descriptive.
Yeah.
Your words.
No, I'm a math major. That's a technical term. Yeah, I have a degree for that. Thank you.
Gotcha.
All right. Every time I try to do duck hunt setup and it doesn't work, I'm like Plankton and SpongeBob. I went to college.
So Fawn, they have certainly shown why they're such a threat in NYC. Smub now on the brink here. This is best of 5 as we have entered in losers top 16. So this is not necessarily like do or die for Smub. You get a little bit more time for data, but I feel like if Fawn goes up 2-0, I would not be surprised for them to walk away with it.
I am really curious how much Smub knows about this matchup because, like, Courage is the only duck hunt I remember playing against in this region.
A little bit of Denobro, but that has been a minute since Deno's been around.
Yep. And also, Denobro was playing a lot of Mario when I saw him lately. Yeah, so, okay, great forward smash. And that is just the classic duck hunt, like, zoning trap, right? You get them to hit the cannon, and you hit them for hitting it.
But then we got the classic Smub right there, coming down with the angel platform with a big old hitbox. This Clay Pigeon is just playing havoc, but great use of the Nair to break out of disadvantage. Now charging up the projectile, but yeah, Fawn's going to just go ahead and angle the can a little bit higher.
Legit, I think mentality is super important in this kind of matchup on both sides, but like especially as the heavy player, because that's a perfectly acceptable plan, is get the hell beat out of you for the first stock, and then take their stock with invincibility. That's fine. As long as you get the last stock, it's totally doable. Because Duck Hunt is a character that has to play so precisely. You can always get the mistake you need.
Another up smash catching the jump right there from Fawn to Smub. Now set up underneath this platform. This is exactly where he wants to be, but great anti-air again from Fawn, and very nearly taking the stock with that up air. Thank God that one doesn't work too well.
Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, the up air will do more damage if you're more knockback if you only get the last hit, so. Okay, yeah, not quite yet. And it's stale now.
But look at the jungle gym nonsense that Smub has to jump through just to get back to stage.
I don't think forward does it here, yeah.
But the fireball puts Fawn in an awkward angle, goes offstage with an air, and the up B. And yeah, if you don't have a big fast up B or a big hitbox, what do you actually do when that Ridley up B comes out? It's so big and disjointed.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Untackable, that would be a totally fine situation for Duck Hunt. But it is not, yeah. And so again, we're seeing kind of the same thing. It's like both of these players are able to get the stock with invincibility, right? But I think, honestly, if you're Smub, you got to be feeling pretty good about where this is at.
I don't know. It feels like in these last stock spots, Fawn's got so many tools that the margin for error for them is just so small.
But this is what I would call the stuff happens zone, and that favors Ridley.
True, yeah. It's just so hard for like.
Oh, that was a forward smash coming out. Oh God. Okay, landing with fair.
Using the fireball to actually get rid of the
and now getting off the ledge is so hard. But the side B, that oh man, that outranged last time too. That happened earlier.
Exactly. It's like you talked about the hurtbox shifting and just the manipulation right there. And it seems like that has been the bane of Smub's usually so precise forward tilts.
Okay, he gets it with the side B, and I'm glad to see that because honestly, he missed the KO earlier because his spacing was too perfect.
So yeah, and did you also see that Smub popped off right there a little bit?
Yeah.
Like you could see that this is a nail biter of a game. It may not be that Duck Hunt is the most threatening and neutral immediately, but if you make any kind of a mistake, Fawn has shown that they have the precision to punish you.
I think the big thing is like you really don't want to be behind against this character, right? Like, and Smub has been doing a good job of making the leads small if they even exist at all, right? So that's huge. That is huge because Duck Hunt wants to get in that spot where they take the first stock, they run away, and they actually manage to hold their stock through invincibility, and then they just get to pepper you with projectiles while they run away, and that's no fun for a big old red dragon.
No, not at all. Big old hitboxes coming in with big old hurt boxes. What can you do?
Okay, big throw combos. I love that.
How do you get
great
down?
Reaction.
How do you actually? You don't get down. That's the answer right there. Fawn, such an aggressive opening here for game 3.
Yep, the disjoint on that up is such a problem. I'm sure Smub normally has no trouble getting down in those spots, but yeah, you got to respect the speed of that rapid fire up air. Frame 6, by the way.
Really? That's impressive. Yeah. I mean, it feels like Duck Hunt frame data is okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
But like that.
It's the stubbiness that's the problem. Yeah. Like they're a sword character that doesn't have a sword.
Well, they have a duck. That's
better. And the smash attacks just drop constantly. That I think is even the bigger issue.
Yeah, multi-hits still do not work in this game. All right, slam directly into the can.
Fawn very aware of everything going on there, and this is the Duck Hunt with the lead that we're talking about, right? Just nickel and dime, and all of a sudden that's 100%.
Yeah, it is easily death by 1,000 cuts right here.
Yeah, I thought that was a grab, but I like the jab there. That also covers any sort of like aggression. Yeah, and the throw combo, that's beautiful. That is what you dream of when you play this character. Okay, yeah,
The
nice.
smub special. Stand underneath platform, hit smash attacks. It
That-
just feels like it's so precise here.
Genuinely though, I think he's starting to figure out that up smash is a really good anti-can tool, and one of the big things that you want to do is duck hunt when the can is near the opponent. You want to jump around him because you're like, oh, if they do anything, I just hit B. That up smash is doing a pretty good job of saying, not necessarily.
The one thing that Smub hasn't figured out is what to do about the Clay Pigeon.
Yeah.
Clay Pigeon feels like it's like 9/10 of this matchup right here.
Yeah, it is, and like honestly, I need to see him jump over it because it's such a huge punish opportunity if you can get over it. But
Either jump over it or roll directly through it, it feels like. If you can get either of those off, recognizing like what the angle Duck Hunt's going to throw it at, then you can actually get at the dog.
yeah, that's real. That's real. I tend to think that like full hop over it is the most rewarding option because you can also like Ridley might even be able to land a grab after that, right? Like
That's miserable.
It is a full second after you throw the clay
60
pigeon
frames,
before.
really?
It's
Good
62 or no, it's 62 and then they nerfed it back to 64. And in exchange, they made can pull safer. And honestly, I think that exchange is good for duck hunt. I would rather have can pull be safer than clay pigeon pull. You need the can on the field.
Oh yeah, this character just feels incomplete without it.
Yep.
It's such an important part of his kit. And also one of the more interesting kits.
Yes.
Like, this is a character that is super unique. I really dig watching Duck Hunt's play.
Yeah, and that's why I think like this is a character where, honestly, it has always felt so different playing against somebody who knows the matchup versus somebody who doesn't.
Another Clay Pigeon into the back here, but only getting the weak hit right there.
Oh,
But the
perfect gunman. That was the only one that would have worked there. Again, like, oh, that's so unfortunate.
But can't quite get the kill, and now Smub a chance to answer back forward air offstage in an awkward spot. Smub
Yeah, I
trying
like
to go
that.
low and snipe. The nair off to get that can away, but we're not going to kill with it. So now this time Fawn gets back to stage first.
Yep, and great mash there because that would have beaten a side B. That would have beaten pretty much any button. That is one of Duck Hunt's big win conditions: is get a % lead and start mashing B.
Oh, 57
Yeah.
directly
Oh,
off
yeah.
the first combo, and finally cleaning it up with that back air. Fawn reeling back
That's
to
actually
chair.
a big overextension. Okay, but that is big damage off the rip, and yeah, Fawn doing a good job of making that not matter. Big backer doesn't get the tipper, doesn't matter though. Still a bad spot.
Double roll
Great roll,
through, so
great
actually
roll.
able to get past
That's
that.
what you wanted.
Staying grounded up with it. Knocking away the can right there with the forward tilt, trying to get an up tilt, but the nair again, low profile this time.
And that's the thing, is you might not think you have time to whiff something and still get the direct punish, but you do. That move is really laggy.
That forward air, actually every single hit of it got rid of can, but could not actually knock it away. Three cans in a row, and finally a 200% Ridley off the field.
Okay, and this is the big one. Smub needs to take advantage of the fact that he finally has stage control thanks to invincibility. Gotta
Now
make
off
this
stage,
count.
Yeah, I feel like we have to get the stock right here.
Oh,
Nair
Phantom
missing.
Footstool.
Oh, that's
that was a really
miserable.
unfortunate one. That had been his most reliable thing, I feel like, in this matchup, was these low up Bs to force untackables.
Speak of the devil, but not quite untechable yet. Going for the
Ah,
up smash,
great
not gonna work,
drift.
but has enough
Nice.
time to get the forward tilt to clean the stock off. So we are at a nail biter here, Jackie.
Yeah, mentality is super important. If you're Smub, you should feel good about being in this scenario. You can absolutely win from here.
Did that gunman like extend the hitbox?
Yes, absolutely, and that's a big thing. Like you can use that as a duck hunt to force moves that are usually safe on shield to not be safe anymore.
Rolling out of that clay pigeon string. I think I saw Smub DIing down a little bit to get on the platform.
Big grab. The grab traded with side B, and that's where that frame one interrupt is so huge.
All right, Duck Hunt again
It's
relying on the
jumping.
clay pigeon, but it's this time the sliding forward tilt, putting Fawn in a really awkward spot. Can Smub actually clean this up? The forward tilt
That's
does
huge.
trade and
That's so
solid
rare.
damage, yeah.
Ike is like one of the only other characters that can do that. It's like Sephiroth probably now, but I haven't played that matchup much. Like that's crazy. And the up air, yeah. That up air is huge. That goes all the way down to the dog.
That is such a great recognition right there from Fawn. They earned that win. That's
Absolutely.
the thing. I never feel like